The regular season concludes tonight. Prescott looks like they are in decent shape for a playoff spot at number 13 in the state PowerPoint rankings, but a win tonight would certainly go far in solidifying that. But no doubt their intra-county rival Mingus has something to say about it. Yes, the Marauders are 0-9, but they have ruined Prescott's playoff chances numerous times over the past few years and look to do the same tonight. Will Prescott improve its postseason chances, or will Mingus avoid going 0 for the season and make the Badgers nervous during the AIA selection show tomorrow morning? We'll find out soon. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Mingus Union High School here in Cottonwood. John Rust with you here, along with Lou Benetone, getting you set for tonight's action, the Badgers and the Marauders. And yes, it is the regular season finale. Can you believe it? We are here at November 1st. We are here at the end of the football season. Again, the regular season. Hopefully, Prescott will move on and play next week. And probably, Coach, the big news we have here for Mingus is, as I said in the pregame intro, 0-9, and you were telling me you can't remember a time when Mingus was 0 for 9.
No, I can't. Like I said, I can go back to the 90s and my boys that played in the 90s and 95. And I think we were talking in 2004. I think Mingus was 4-6. That was one of the worst seasons they had. But this 0-9 right now has got to be the worst that I can ever remember. Maybe in the history books.
Yeah, and in fact, we were looking at the roster, and the roster on Max Preps actually lists about 64 players on Mingus, and looking out the sidelines, there ain't anywhere close to 64 players. There were a lot of players that Coach Casada actually had me cross off the roster because they're either not here or they're just not playing tonight.
Right. When I went through the cross off, and there's 12 freshmen listed, 8 are now not listed. There was 18 sophomores, 7 are now not listed. 19 juniors, 11 are now off. And out of 14 seniors, 3 are off. So that's 29 kids marked off. Don't know if it's discipline reasons, grades, or they quit.
Yeah. And again, this has been a rough season for Mingus. Made all the rougher with the suspension, I was about to say earlier this month. Well, now it's last month, of Coach Robert Ortiz. He was ejected during the October 4th game versus Mojave for unsportsmanlike conduct. He has been suspended for the remainder of the season. Wide receiver and DB coach Eric Casada has taken over as interim coach. And again, Lou, when you have a season where you haven't won a game and then something like this happens, it definitely has to have some kind of effect on not just the players, but I'm sure the whole coaching staff.
It really does. I look back on that score. It was 28-29, so I'm sure Mingus was looking for their first win. Emotions got pretty high, and I'm not sure if the officiating was bad, clock timing was going bad, but something went bad. But the coach should have kept his cool a little bit more than he did to get kicked off, because that does put a team in a lot of turmoil.
And apparently it might have affected them moving forward, because you look at the last 2 games that Mingus has had. They played Bradshaw Mountain. They played Flagstaff. They lost to Bradshaw 64-7. They lost to Flagstaff 45-2. Lou, 9 points scored in their last 2 games. Yeah, I think struggle might be an understatement.
Yeah, the stats you have is Mingus has scored 145 points. Their opponents have scored 416. That's not a great ratio for... That's an 0-10 season right there.
Yeah, and I mean, Mingus does have quite a bit of talent on their team, so certainly not a team that Prescott can look past to, a team that they can take lightly. In fact, their quarterback, Zachary Harrison, he's thrown for 1,465 yards, 9 touchdowns, though 11 interceptions. You also got a pretty darn good receiver in Peter Calandra, who has 427 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. Andrew Meyer, who's actually not starting tonight, but I'm sure we'll see him in the game, 638 yards, 4 touchdowns on the season. So, again, Prescott, there are some guys on this team that Prescott definitely has to be wary of.
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of yardage for a sophomore quarterback to be 132 out of 215, 18 attempts, and has over almost 1,500 yards passing. That's good stats right there for an 0-19 team.
Yeah, okay. Well, folks, we are going to take a 30-second break here on our pregame show. When we come back, well, Not only will myself and Coach Benetone get you ready for the game, but we also have one of Prescott's players to get you ready for the game. When we come back, we'll have our pregame interview with Prescott wide receiver Colby Macbeth. We'll be back right after this. Yeah, probably need to call Scott to... Welcome back to Mingus High School. John Rust and Lou Benetone with you. And thank you to Colby Macbeth for taking some time out this week and being our pregame interview. And folks, just this reminder, we just want to let you know that we are experiencing some buffering issues here in Cottonwood. Unfortunately, it is the signal that we're dealing with here for the internet. Really kind of out of our hands, the situation. We will monitor the buffering and see what it's like, and hopefully it will improve. And hopefully, if it gets worse, then we will switch to another means to bring you this game. Again, folks, we do have a buffering issue, and it looks like it's something out of our hands. It's just the local internet that we're dealing with as. Cannon shot can be heard there as Mingus runs out onto the field, being led by a couple players, one holding the U.S. flag, the other holding the Arizona flag. And we are just a few minutes away from getting started tonight. So, Lou, Prescott number 13 in the state PowerPoint rankings. And, you never can tell how these PowerPoints work. I don't think anyone knows how they work. So, very, very critical for the Badgers to take care of business tonight, get this win, get those points, and try to lock up a spot in the state playoffs for next week.
Yeah, every win is very critical at this time, especially with the way they're doing their PowerPoints, which, again, I don't even understand. There's been time that we've actually been knocked out because a couple teams won their region, and they automatically don't have to worry about where they are PowerPoint-wise. They bounce 15 and 16. So they've got to win every game, and this is a critical game again.
And, of course, Mingus, again, they're 0-9, but Lou, you look back at some of the history with Mingus as, folks, it looks like we're doing the national anthem here. National anthem performed here at Mingus High School. And Lou, again, like I was saying before the anthem got going, Mingus, yeah, they're 0-9, but, you know, this is a team that's been a thorn in the side of Prescott. In fact, Prescott has not beaten Mingus since 2014.
Yeah, that's quite a span there where Mingus kind of dominated us. But tell you what, if our boys play like they played the last 3 or 4 games, Mingus should be manhandled tonight.
All right, we're just a couple minutes away from kickoff. And luckily for fans and players alike, we are coming off our incredibly low temperatures from earlier this week. Clear, dry skies and 60 degrees at kickoff time. 7 o'clock, just a few minutes away here in Cottonwood. Northeast winds between 5 and 10 miles per hour. Temperatures will probably drop by 10 degrees or so to around 50 by the last whistle on what we hope is not the last play of 2019. And thank you very much to the world's hardest working weatherman, Eric Larson, for our football forecast. Well, folks, that's going to do it for our pregame show. When we come back, it'll be time to play the game. The Badgers, the Marauders, the regular season finale from Cottonwood. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back to Mingus High School. John Rust with you here along with Lou Benetone. As we're just a couple minutes away from getting started with tonight's game, Prescott versus Mingus. And that means it's time for the song dedication for tonight's game. And the one I'm going with is an 80s classic, Round and Round by Rat, as we hope the Badgers aren't too dizzy for tonight's game after going round and round all the roundabouts on Highway 260 to get to Mingus. Why do we need so many roundabouts in Cottonwood? It's Cottonwood.
I have no idea, but most of those areas where they had it was low-populated areas. I guess they're looking for the future.
Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, it ain't as bad as the roundabouts they have in Sedona. I don't think you can go more than a quarter mile without running into a roundabout there.
Yeah, that's true over there.
And so Lou, would it be safe to say that your feelings about roundabouts mirror mine, which is I don't like them very much?
That's pretty true. Yeah. Of course, sometimes you get at a stoplight, it seems like it lasts forever, too, so they can get frustrating, too.
All right, well, it looks like Prescott will be kicking off to start this game. Mingus back to return, and you are listening to Prescott football here on the news, 1490 AM, KYCA, Prescott, Arizona, USA, where the time is coming up on 7 o'clock. Again, the regular season finale for Prescott, and it will be the season finale for Mingus. As again, 0-9 on the season. I think last I checked, they were ranked number 44 in power points.
That's called the basement.
I think there might be 1 or 2 teams actually below Mingus in the power points.
It could be.
So a bit of a delay here as we got to wait for the chain gang to get into position along the Badger sidelines. And pretty soon we will be starting. The Prescott cheerleaders, they made the trip up here today. Clay Gross ready to put his foot into it, and we are underway with the 10th game of the season for Prescott and Mingus. Here come the return for the Marauders, and they'll get up past the 20-yard line to about the 22.
Again, we have a screen in front of us. Makes it very difficult to see numbers, especially Mingus with their red and gray, red tops and gray numbers.
Yeah, for whatever reason, they decided to put some sort of mosquito netting up here in our booth. And, well, folks, sometimes this is what happens. You go to someone else's house, and you're kind of at the mercy of their rules and their facilities.
And it hasn't been washed because there's lots of dust in it, too.
So Zachary Harrison from the gun at quarterback, receivers to either side. And he's going to give the ball to the first man through, and the Badgers wrestle him to the ground at about the 25-yard line.
Picked up about 5 yards.
And that was number 35. 5, it looks like, for Mingus. Makai Arnado, a freshman.
A lot of young boys on this team, a lot of freshmen, sophomores, juniors.
And 2 receivers out to the left side for the Mingus Marauders, moving left to right across your radio dial and your screen. And there's the give. Actually, it's going to be held on to by Harrison. He goes up the middle, and Harrison, doesn't look like he gained too much on that run.
Maybe a yard. Faked a sweep. They're in the shotgun formation with a single back to the right side of the quarterback. 2 receivers right. Faked off to the running back, kept it himself up the middle.
Looks like Aaron Green made the stop on that one, so this will bring up 3rd down and 6. Ball at the 25-yard line. Harrison dropping back. He's going to air it downfield and intercepted by Jake Police. Police making the turn. Police at the 40. Police at the 50. Police at the 45 into Mingus territory and brought down at the 40-yard line. Interception by Jacob Police.
Jacob did a nice job. Matter of fact, going to mark it about the 35-yard line. Great return, overthrown by the quarterback, and Jake caught it on the run and just turned upfield. Nice job.
I'll tell you what, Jacob Police, it almost looked like Harrison was throwing to Jacob Police the way he was in position to get that.
Yeah, he caught it on the run. Did a nice job. Overthrew his receiver, and Jacob was right there.
So the Badgers from the Mingus 36-yard line, 10:16 remaining in the first quarter, no score. Dylan Boyd fakes the give. He has the ball. Boyd making the turn. Boyd at the 20. Boyd at the 10. And Boyd finally hauled down around the 5-yard line. Heck of a run by Dylan Boyd.
It's just a zone read. Fakes to the fullback. Reads the defensive end. And did a great job reading that zone. Good blocking again on that left side over there, which is Rummage and Swanson doing a great job on that side.
I formation now. And there's the give to Nathan Wright. Wright trying to bull his way toward the end zone and comes up a little short. So it'll be 2nd and goal. And it looks like from the 7. So the Badgers getting close to putting points on the board here in the early going. And this is certainly what Coach Collette wanted from his team, to get a good start to this game.
Shotgun, tailback.
And there's the give. Right. And Wright making the turn, and Wright into the end zone for the touchdown. Nathan Wright.
Walked right on in. Yeah, it's going to be a...
Nathan Wright, his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season for the Badgers. I'll tell you, Lou, this is certainly much different from last week, where the Badgers got shut out in the first quarter. Here on their very first drive, they get points on the board as Clay Gross ready for the kick. And it is up, and it is good. 9:10 left to go in the first quarter, and already the Badgers on the board. An interception by Jacob Police turns into a 7-yard touchdown run for Nathan Wright. 7-0 Badgers. We'll be back in 30 seconds right after this. And welcome back to Mingus Union High School in Cottonwood. John Rust and Lou Benetone with you. And Lou, what a start for the Badgers here. 7-0 on the Nathan Wright touchdown run.
Yeah, it only took 3 offensive plays to score that from the 35. So ground game's working good.
And there's the kick by Gross. And actually, it looks like the return man for Mingus.
And 1 foot stepped in that end zone back there. Looked like the ball might have crossed it.
Looks like that was Jonathan Sanchez. Thought for a second he was going to be able to return that, but no doing. So Mingus will start from their own 20-yard line. Mingus's first drive ending on an interception by Jacob Police. Certainly Zachary Harrison, the sophomore QB, looking for some better fortunes here.
Okay, we got a trips right formation, shotgun on Mingus. Single receiver left.
There's the throw, and catch made by the Mingus receiver, taken down by the ankles. And the tackle made, I think that was Rhett Pierce.
I'm going to guess it was Rhett. Yeah, it's Rhett Pierce. He did a great job. It was a little slip screen behind two other blockers, and he slipped right in behind, did a great job. He only gained about a yard.
2nd and 9, Marauders from their own 21.
Rhett's doing pretty good. He's got 88 tackles on the year.
And now Harrison going to run it himself, and Aaron Green. Well, Aaron Green, he tried to wrestle him to the ground, couldn't get a good grip on him, and then coming in and finishing the job was another Badger, and it looks like that was Silas Espitia.
Yep, Silas finished him off.
And that's going to be a tackle for a loss. It looks like it's going to be about 3rd and I'd say 12 to go for Mingus. Good job by Aaron Green holding up Zachary Harrison.
Yeah, allowing those other guys to fill in. Linebackers, Espitia filled in very well.
Harrison rolling. Harrison sacked. Sack on the far side of the field by Prescott. And they're trying to get the number on who got that sack. I think it was Rhett Pierce.
Rhett Pierce again. It's going to be his 8th sack on the year. Got 7.5 sacks on the year. That's his 8th sack. Nice job. Rhett's doing a very nice job there at that linebacker spot.
So Mingus will be forced to punt the ball away. And the punter lined up in the end zone. There's the punt. And here comes the return. And it looks like it's Dylan Boyd with the return. And Boyd gets up to the 20. Boyd breaks free. Boyd at the 10. Boyd! And I think did he take out a camera or did he take out one of the sideline markers? Yeah, it looked like he took out the sideline marker, one of the sideline markers for the chain gang as he gets up to the 10-yard line. So again, Badgers with most excellent field position for this drive. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, there actually is a flag on the play. It's going to be holding against the Badgers. Okay, well, so much for that most excellent field position then.
Yeah, that's all right.
But still, not bad field position. Badgers will start from the Mingus 36.
Yep. Still great field position. High percentage scoring once you're in this zone.
I think this is where the Badgers started their first drive, and it just took them a couple plays to get a score. Dylan Boyd, he'll stand in the gun.
He's singing trips right, twins left. Boyd's alone. Motion across with right.
And Boyd going to roll to the far side. Now he's going to throw it, and a leaping catch almost made on the far side, intercepted by the Marauders. And Mingus brings it out to the 40-yard line. So talk about a reversal of fortune. Mingus with the INT, and we'll see if they can make something of it.
That was a flood pass. Had a short, middle, and long receiver, and we got picked off.
So Zachary Harrison and the Mingus offense right back out on the field. 6:58 to go in the first quarter. It's 7-0 Prescott. Mingus at their own 39. And there's the run by the Marauders, and dragged to the ground is the running back. And a great job there by Prescott. Looks like Silas Espitia had a hand on that tackle on Arnado.
Yeah, we had the Mike and the Sam blitzing on that. We stacked the middle, and they blitzed through. Mingus couldn't pick up the number of men we had stacked in that middle.
And that's about a 4-yard loss on that tackle. So 2nd and 14 for Mingus from their own 35. Harrison with the throw. Leaping catch. No, not made. Looked like the ball tipped off the hands of the receiver. I think that might have been Freddie Jimenez, and it went out of bounds.
Yeah, we're doing a lot of blitzing. We're putting a lot of pressure on that front.
3rd and 14 now for Mingus. Mingus getting the interception and unable to make the most of it, at least for right now. Harrison going back, making the throw, diving catch attempted by number 2, Sanchez, but can't come up with it. Incomplete pass. And this will bring up 4th down. So, Lou, the interception doesn't wind up hurting Prescott here.
No, Mingus is not doing a thing on offense. We're putting a lot of pressure on the quarterback. He's having to force it, run out of the pocket. So we're doing a lot of blitzing and putting pressure on him.
By the way, folks, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Arizona Seamless Gutters for quality people, products, and service you can depend on. Punt by Mingus. And that one is actually going to get punted out of bounds.
Yeah, he shanked that pretty badly.
So now the Badger off.
Maybe a 25-yard punt at the most.
So now the Badger offense will head back out on the field and hopefully have some better luck than the previous drive or on the first play. Well, Dylan Boyd got picked off.
We're on the Marauder 49. We're still in Marauder territory every time we get the ball. Again, we put a lot of pressure on the punter. He had to get it off fast. Okay, power eye.
And Boyd going to hand off the ball. And it's Nathan Wright. Wright breaks free, and now Wright dragged down at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, that was that power eye. Boyd was up underneath and handed off, and he just followed Green through the hole, and it was a big hole. Again, we got Rummage over there in Swanson making some big holes.
Nathan Wright having himself a good day here. And there's another run for Prescott. Looks like it's Wright again. And Wright taken down. Not as much distance gained on that one. Looks like it was number 57, Clay Griffin, with the tackle for Mingus. Actually, Wright picking up about 8 yards on that one.
Yeah, he sure did. Matter of fact, closer to 9.
Prescott right back up to the line of scrimmage with 5:35 to go in the first quarter. 7-0 Prescott.
Boyd underneath again, I formation. Following the lead block, that's Spitia.
Spitia.
Got a first down. Picked up about 3 yards, got a first down. 1st and 10. Looks like we're going to run that power eye for a while, just an I formation. Boyd up underneath the center.
And Braden Nelson going to go out to the right side for the Badgers.
We're still going to stay in that formation. We're just going to keep pounding it at him. Motion across.
Boyd from under center.
Another power.
And now he gives the ball to the running back and stopped at the 15-yard line.
Pick up about 3.
And trying to see who it was who ran the ball.
I think that was Espitia again.
And again, apologies, folks. Our big problem here.
Espitia.
Yeah, our big problem in this booth is that we have some kind of mosquito netting, a very dusty mosquito netting. So sometimes it makes it hard to read numbers. Also, if you notice, we are having some buffering issues. That's just the local internet signal. And Boyd fakes the give. Boyd scampers into the end zone for the touchdown.
Another big hole on that side. All he does is zone read. Fakes the running back, and he just reads the zone. And again, Rummage and Swanson and Kane made a great hole on that left side.
Dylan Boyd picking up a 12-yard touchdown run. And for Boyd, that is his 8th rushing touchdown of the season. Clay Gross coming in to kick the extra point for Prescott. It's up, and it is good. So with 4:17 left to go in the first quarter, the Badgers taking control of this game early. It's 14-0 Prescott We'll be back after this 30-second break right after this.
I can actually see better down here.
Mm-hmm. And welcome back to Mingus High School. John Rust, Lou Benetone with you. 4:17 remaining in the first quarter. 14-0 Badgers, thanks to a Dylan Boyd 12-yard touchdown run. Clay Gross kicking the ball away.
Short, returnable.
And the
right
return.
Up the middle, here he goes outside.
Up to the 25-yard line, the 27-yard line. Still on his feet, Badgers finally haul him down to the ground. About 4 Badgers taking down the return man. That was number 13, Trevor Hoke.
That was about a 22-yard return. Puts him on about the, 27, I think you said?
Yeah, roughly. Yep, right at the 27-yard line. Cody Leopold, one of the guys in on the tackle there for Prescott.
Looks like we have Aaron Green right dead center in the middle.
Harrison from the gun.
So he's moved Aaron Green from defensive end into the middle, put pressure on.
Harrison pitching the ball over to one of the running backs on the far side and taken to the ground by the Badgers.
Lost 2 yards. I couldn't tell you, John.
Yeah, I'm trying to read the number on the Badger who made the tackle. I think that was Rhett Pierce again. It was.
Yeah, Rhett's doing a great job. Rhett's quick, fast, tough, strong.
So 2nd and 12 now for Mingus from their own 25. 2 receivers out to the right side. Harrison throwing the ball to the far side. And it looks like Mingus might pick up a first down here as the receivers swarmed by the Badger defense. It's going to be close to a first down. Yeah, it looks like it is going to be short.
3 yards short.
Yeah, short. It's a lot short. It's not as short as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, deceptive looking across over there. So a little screen pass out to the side, left side. Okay, Mingus in the shotgun formation. They have wing back on the right side to the quarterback.
Harrison ready to receive the snap. Looks, throws to the near side, and it's caught by number 15 for Mingus, Micah Johnson. And Johnson hauled to the ground at the 44-yard line. Luke McCausland, the tackler on that one, but Mingus does pick up a first down.
That's another good little pass, just a little button hook. You send your guy out. The timing was perfect on that. Turned around, the ball was right there.
Two receivers to either side for Mingus. Harrison under pressure, and Harrison breaks free of a sack. On his feet, Harrison still running and finally twirled into the ground at the 43-yard line, and that's going to be a first down for Mingus. And I'll tell you what, Coach, great running there by Harrison.
Sure was. He broke that tackle, made some good moves, got up the middle. Some of the best yard we got. Is there a penalty? No. One of their best runs tonight.
So it'll be 1st and 10, Mingus from the Badger 44-yard line.
Personal foul.
Oh.
Prescott. Personal foul against Prescott, moved him up 15 yards. They are now on the 30-yard line.
So Mingus threatening with 2:18 to go in the first quarter. And it's 14-0 Badgers. And again, this is where you said you can't underestimate Mingus. They're 0-9, but they've got some talent on this team.
They do. And again, like I said, they are young.
So Harrison getting up into position. He'll be in the gun.
Shotgun, wing back to his right, Got Twins motion.
Harrison throwing.
Good slip screen right across the middle. Harrison's good key release. He's got a quick release. He hit a slip screen right over the middle. Picked up about 5-6 yards.
Looked like it was Micah Johnson who made the catch. So 2nd and 5 now for the Marauders from the 24.
Okay, again, Mingus is in shotgun, the wing right. Double twins.
Harrison throw to the near side, and it's caught by number 14 for the Marauders. That is Trevor Hoke, and Hoke hauled down, but not
First
before
down.
he gets a first down.
They're doing a lot of little hooks. Quick hook passes, good timing passes. I'm impressed with the timing they have on these passes.
And
That's
only-
probably why he's got 1,400 and almost 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
He's already passed that tonight, but he's got some great timing on his button hooks and slants.
Harrison
There he is again.
throwing and
Oh,
caught and then dropped.
that
and
was
the
a touchdown. That was a touchdown. He
Yeah, that
dropped it.
receiver was wide open. That was Micah Johnson. He had it in his hands. No white jerseys around him, and just hit off his palms.
Yeah, I think he was thinking upfield before he caught the ball, or took his eyes off just slightly, because that was a slant across, a deep slant, and the wide receiver was really wide, and he was wide open.
2nd and 10 from the
shotgun.
Prescott 19.
Trips right, trips left, excuse me, Twins.
Harrison throwing and caught and then dropped by the receiver. And Coach, you kind of got to feel like when you're an 0-9 team, this is almost like a microcosm of their season. Just when it looks like luck's breaking your way, something happens.
Yeah, you can't, got to make every play happen if you want to. You do not want to be 0-9.
53 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 14-0 the score. Prescott on top. 3rd and 10 for Mingus from the Badger 19.
When the ball hits you in the hands, you got to hang on.
Harrison trips out to the left. Harrison looking under pressure. Harrison splattered by the Badgers. Silas Espitia and Nate Goligoski teaming up on the sack. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, I think Harrison's relatives felt that hit.
Yeah, they had a blitz going on with Espitia, and we had Nate Goligoski coming off that end.
So that makes it 4th and 18 for Mingus. Ball at the 27-yard line. And Marauders going to go for it here on 4th down. And a bad snap. Ball gets away from Harrison. He falls on it. And, Coach, again, talk about your bad breaks for Mingus. You're on the 19-yard line, so close to scoring, and then just one bad luck break after another.
And you get 2 drop passes, a bad snap, and you're now back on the 43-yard line from the 19.
And you got to wonder if Mingus's players are on the sideline just kind of looking to the sky, and it's like, why? Why can't we have nice things?
Yep.
5 seconds left in the first quarter.
Poor quarterbacks. And when guys drop passes, it shouldn't be incomplete. It should be a dropped pass against the receiver.
I formation for the Badgers. Boyd under center. And Boyd
Long pass.
hurling it to the far side of the field. Incomplete. Clock hits 0 on that one. And that will do it for the first quarter of action with our score. Prescott 14 and Mingus nothing. We'll take a break, a 60-second break here. When we come back, it'll be the start of the second quarter. We're back after this.
That was Nathan Wright. Picked up about 4 yards.
And welcome back to Mingus High School. John Rust with you, along with Lou Benetone. Second quarter underway. Nathan Wright, 4-yard gain. 14-0 Badgers as they move left to right across your radio dial and your screen. Nathan Wright with the ball. And Wright taken down past the 50-yard line on the far side of the field. About a 2 or 3 yard gain there for Wright, I'd say.
Looks like it's going to be 3rd and about 1 yard. No, 4th and 1. Is it? The way our run game's going, we should be able to pick this up. See what formation we're going to run here. Okay, got Boyd underneath, single back.
And Boyd going to take it himself.
Quarterback sneak. Boyd underneath, had a tailback, had twins both sides.
And good enough for a first down for Prescott. And that puts the Badgers right on the Mingus 45-yard line with 10:42 to go in the second quarter. By the way, folks, tonight's game is brought to you in part by Olson's for Healthy Animals, where good enough just isn't. Badgers playing more than good enough tonight, 14-0.
Tailback.
Boyd rolling out. Boyd going to keep it himself. Boyd tripped up at the 38-yard line, and I mean literally tripped. I think one of Mingus's players just kind of stuck a foot out there to stop Boyd.
Yeah, a little ankle tackle right there. Got him. Picked up about 7 yards. Second and three. I got to give credit to Walker Kane, center, Brady Swanson, a tackle, Nate Goligoski, Joe Magaleno, Vince Ofield, and Rummage on that front line.
Boyd under center, and he's going to give it to big Nathan Wright. Wright dragged around the ankles, number 45, with the tackle on that one. That is Esteban Loreto.
Okay, got another first down. Around about the 35, 34-yard line.
Nathan Wright, 6 carries, 52 yards tonight so far for Prescott, along with a touchdown.
Yeah, here you go. We're in I formation. Dylan Boyd under center.
And Boyd going to hand off.
Tackle.
Looks like that's
Espitia.
And Espitia getting stopped at the 30-yard line.
Following Green. Green was the fullback, Espitia tailback, and he just follows Green. It's like a power play.
Ryan Griffin, one of the guys in on the tackle there for Mingus, with 9:12 remaining in the second quarter. Badgers with the ball at the 30-yard line.
Okay, we got Boyd in shotgun formation. Espitia to his right. Twins motioning into double twins.
Boyd.
Hand off to Green.
Green gets dragged down at about the 29-yard line, so just a short gain. I think that's Aaron Green's first run of the season.
That I recall that way. It was a sweep. It was a quick sweep. Handing off coming to the right side. Gained 1 yard. So it's 3rd and 5. I'm surprised. Just give it to him straight up. He's a power runner. Okay, here we go. Shotgun. Trips left. Twins right. Motion
and Boyd,
again.
He's going to keep it himself. Finds a big gap. Boyd going up the far side. Boyd at the 5. Boyd into the end zone for the touchdown. Dylan Boyd, and boy, Coach, you want to talk about a great hole being opened up by the offensive line.
That's what it is. It's just that zone read and zone block, and that tell you what, our line are blocking very well. Our backs are doing some good fakes, which pulls those linebackers out. And he read that hole, and with his speed and quickness, no one could get him.
Clay Gross ready to kick it away for the extra point, and it is good. 8:10 to go in the second quarter, and the Badgers all over Mingus. Our score is 21-0 Prescott. We'll take a 30-second break here. We'll be back with more Badger football action right after this. Back here at Mingus High School, John Rust, Lou Benetone with you. 21-0 Badgers on Dylan Boyd's second touchdown run of the night. Clay Groves puts his foot into it, and that one's going to get caught in the end zone. Or, well, dropped in the end zone. Either way, it's in the end zone. Mingus starts on its own 20-yard line. And Lou, this is one of the big things for Prescott I think they really needed to do. Get a good early start, build up a nice early big lead over Mingus, especially after what's happened with Prescott and Mingus over the past few years where Mingus has just had their number. I think it really helps the Badgers' psyche to get out to this kind of lead.
Yeah, oh yeah, it definitely does. Like I said, even though they came into this knowing Mingus is 0-9, just to get the win against Mingus, it's been a monkey on their back for a long time.
So the Marauders starting from their own 20.
Double twin, shotgun, motion, pitch.
And, oh boy, a huge hit on the back by Silas Espitia.
Got to give credit to some of our guys. Espitia's middle linebacker, get police defensive back. Aaron Green, DN. Colin Aldridge, cornerback. Luke McCausland, strong safety. Sam Tusher is Sam. Dylan Boyd's free safety. Michael Brown's defensive tackle. We also have Desmond Bennett at nose guard out there.
Well, that knocks Arnado back a couple. 2nd and 12 for the Marauders from their own 18. And almost sacked as the quarterback. He still gets the ball away, but it's an incomplete pass. And boy, I'll tell you, Zachary Harrison just got nailed right after he let the ball loose.
Yeah, that was Rhett Pierce. Rhett was in there fast. That was a blitz with old Rhett, and he does a great job. He gets through.
This will bring up 3rd down for the Marauders, 12 to go. (21-0) the score. Badgers on top. Now Harrison.
Showing blitz again.
Throw and almost intercepted by Prescott, and a flag on the play.
That is going to be roughing the passer.
Ooh.
Looks like Goligoski. Is that?
By the way, folks, update for you. Chino Valley football, not good news for them. They're down 28-0 to Northwest Christian in the first quarter. Meanwhile, Embry-Riddle volleyball leading.
Wait, I thought there was a flag. I'm sorry. Sorry, John.
Thought there was a flag too, but it's 4th down, and here's the punt by Mingus. And that one is going to bounce at the 37-yard line. That punt did not go very far. Yeah, I thought it was roughing the passer. And
I did too. And
we didn't see it get waved off, did we?
I didn't see it get waved off.
Well, whatever the case, Badger offense back out on the field.
35-yard line again.
7:10 left to go in the second quarter.
I think this is the 3rd time we've started in the 30, 35, 36-yard line. Marauder territory.
Badgers up 21-0. Looking to keep the pedal down and just keep running up the points. And there's the give. This is to Waples. Waples sweeping to the far side, and Waples finally dragged down. And there's a flag.
Could be a face mask out there. It's hard to say. Could be a legal block. We'll find out.
And this is where it's going to be a little difficult because we're on the visitors' side. The head referee faces the home side when he makes his calls. And now we got Prescott players in front of the referee. So I think it was against Prescott. And folks, we apologize. We have no idea what the call was because as the referee made his call, we had a whole host of Badger players walk right in front of him.
Looked like about a 10-yard gain, 10-yard loss, so probably a block, illegal block, is my guess, but you're right.
So it'll be
1st and 10 again.
Actually, going to say 1st and 9,
yeah,
actually.
9, actually.
So Boyd from the gun. And he just flips it over to the running back, Waples. Waples going out the near side. Waples down the sideline. Waples dragged down at the 15-yard line. Great run by Rylan Waples.
Picked up about 12 yards, got a first down. Yeah, he's a quick kid, Ryan Waples. He can move.
And Waples, who had his first touchdown of the season last week at Lee Williams, puts the Badgers in really good position here. 1st and 10 from the Mingus 17.
Shotgun, tailback position.
And there's the give to Nathan Wright. Wright gets dragged down by the ankles at the 10-yard line after finding a nice little gap there to make some forward progress.
Picked up about 6 yards.
Second and 3 now for the Marauders.
Okay, we got Dylan Boyd under center. We got the power I or I formation. Just going to be a blast play or wham. Power, there it is.
And there's Wright. Wright gets the run up the middle through the gap, and Wright comes close to a touchdown but doesn't get it, but does pick up the first down. So it'll be 1st and goal from the 3-yard line for Prescott.
Okay, Dylan Boyd underneath. Looks like we got twins.
Boyd going to hand off to Espitia. Espitia gets the block, and Espitia into the end zone for the touchdown. Three-yard run by Silas Espitia makes it a 27-0 game pending the extra point. Clay Gross ready for the extra point attempt. Kick is up, and it is good. So 5:39 to go in the second quarter. It's all Prescott in the regular season finale. 28-0. They lead Mingus. We'll be back right after this. And we're back here at Mingus High School. John Rust, Lou Benetone with you. 28-0 Badgers. Silas Espitia with the touchdown run. Clay Gross ready to kick it away for Prescott. And that one looks like it's going to fall in the end zone. Espitia now 12 touchdowns on the season. Hey, Coach, while we were in break, pretty cool announcement made here over the Mingus PA system where they're doing a 50-50 raffle to help raise money for some students from Mingus High School to go to Carnegie Hall in New York.
Oh, wow, that is quite a deal.
Yeah, so I guess you don't need practice to get to Carnegie Hall. Just raise some money on a 50-50 raffle and you can get there.
Several 50-50 raffles and you're there.
Many 50-50 raffles. 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line for the Marauders. And run goes up the middle, and it's going to get stopped in a hurry by Prescott.
Looks like no gain or loss. Let's figure it. Nope, no gain. Stopped at the line of scrimmage, 2nd down.
5:26 to go in the second quarter. We invite you to stick around for our halftime show. We will have an interview with a pair of Prescott cross-country runners, Aiden McCarter and Michelle Parent, as they get set for regionals. Harrison with the throw and underthrown. So incomplete pass by Harrison brings up 3rd down. Also, we will have our senior spotlight as well, and that'll be with Cooper Wells.
Yeah, what's happening is we're blitzing, and Mingus is not able to pick up the dogs. They're not talking, they're not communicating on their front line. Our linebackers are getting right through. And we're showing it. It's not like it's something tricky. We're showing it, and they aren't picking them up.
Again, 3rd and 10 for the Marauders. Harrison from the gun.
And Harrison's been throwing on his heels. What, do you got a timeout?
It looks like Mingus calling a timeout. Well, we have this timeout, folks. good chance to remind you that this part of our Prescott football broadcast is sponsored in part by Todd Klein Properties and Investments. Let Badger alumni Todd Klein help you sell your home faster. And for more money, call 928-443-8503. And by the way, folks, we got to send out congratulations to both the Chino Valley boys and girls soccer teams. They were down at Williams Field High School for the state semifinals. The Chino Valley boys with a 3-0 shutout win over Camp Verde. The Chino Valley girls a 3-1 win over Blue Ridge. And Blue Ridge, the team that beat Chino 1-0 in the regular season finale. So both Chino soccer teams on to the state championship game tomorrow.
Yeah, that's phenomenal for that community out there. Boys and girls going for state championship in soccer.
Best of luck to the Cougars and Lady Cougars on the pitch tomorrow. Here on the gridiron, though, it's 3rd and 10 for Mingus from their own 20. Harrison drops back, makes the throw, and it is caught.
Short of first down.
Hoke with the catch, picked up 8 yards. And as Lou said, it's short of a first down. And can't tell if Mingus might go for it here or not. I do see Harrison out there. Yep, Mingus going to go for it here on 4th down. Ball at their own 28. No, it's a punt. And that punt ain't going very far. In fact, it lands in the sidelines.
Maybe a 15-yard punt. He just shanked it pretty hard to the left.
Yeah, again, Lou, it was kind of hard to tell what Harrison was going to do, if he was going to pass the ball or punt the ball there. So he kind of faked everyone out. But, again, not much on the punt.
Now he's back about 7 yards, which for a quick kick, it's all right. But he shanked that pretty badly and didn't get enough of a motion with his leg at all.
Now Boyd going to hand off to the running back, Waples. Waples finds a big gap. Waples down the sidelines. Waples at the 20. Waples thrown out of bounds near the 15-yard line. That was number 23 for Mingus, Angelo Alvarez, with what I'm going to call a touchdown save and tackle. Ryland Waples, man, we're seeing him get more and more runs for the Badgers.
Yeah, we are. That's okay. This time of year, when you're leading like this, get some more experience with your younger kids before playoffs, because playoffs are going to get tougher.
1st and 10 from the 26, and there's the give again to Waples. This time, Waples grabbed by the arm and flung to the ground by Micah Johnson.
Yeah, he kind of roughed him up a little bit there. Pretty good tackle. And
gain of about 4 on that run by Waples. That'll make it 2nd down and 6 to go for Prescott. Ball at the 22-yard line. 3:44 remaining in the second quarter. It's 28-0 Badgers.
Hey, Dylan underneath center, power eye again, and there we follow him. Wright's following the big guy.
Nathan Wright still on his feet.
Back.
Wright finally dragged down near the 10-yard line, and Nathan Wright going to pick up another Badger first down.
And they did a nice cutback, just followed Green through the hole. Again, the offensive line over there, Rummage. Swanson did a nice job blocking on that side. Big hole.
Badgers with the ball at the 11-yard line. We're closing in on blowout city here just in the second quarter. Boyd rolling, looking, now throwing to the end zone, and I think that was intended for... I think that might have been intended for Silas Espitia, but the ball sailed past him. Incomplete pass for Dylan Boyd. Bring up 2nd down now for the Badgers.
Okay, Dylan up under center. Double tight ends. Tailback.
And there's the handoff to Wright, and Wright immediately met by 2 Mingus tacklers, and they push him back. Good read there by the Marauders, Lou.
Yeah, it was. We had a double tight position, single back, tailback, and we motioned a man across for a lead block, but Marauders filled it fast.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd and 11 for the Badgers from their own 12-yard line.
Okay, shotgun. We have right to the left of Dillon.
And Boyd going to make a short pass, and it's caught, and immediately after the receiver makes the catch, he's laid out by Mingus. And it looks like it's Cooper Wells.
Cooper needs out. Looks like he got hit pretty good.
No gain. It'll bring up 4th down, so Clay Gross going to come in to kick the field goal. And it looks like they will set up right around the 19-yard line. Rhett Pierce holding. 1:56 to go here in the first half. Kick is up, and it is good. So Clay Gross nailing a field goal here, giving the Badgers 3 more points. $1:47 left to go in the second quarter. Our score, Badgers 31, Mingus nothing. We'll be back with more after this 30-second break. We'll be back to Mingus High School right after this. And we're back here at Mingus High School in Cottonwood. John Rust, Lou Benetton with you. Thank you very much for joining us on our live stream, and also being broadcast on the radio side on 1490 AM, 103.5 FM.
It's out of the end zone again.
Oh, no, Clay Gross kicking it in the end zone again. Wow, there's a surprise.
Yeah, no kidding. Mingus was expecting this, I tell you that.
31-0 our score. And Coach, we may be a little ways away here from getting into running clock territory.
Yep, it could be coming up.
And again, Mingus, they have only scored 9 points in their last 2 games.
Well, they had 7 tonight, but they dropped it.
Yeah. And Harrison rolling to the near side, making the throw and knocked out of the
look
hands.
at number 11. Number 11 ran right by everybody, wide open by 15 yards.
Instead, the pass went to Jonathan Sanchez, and Sanchez dropped it.
There's a mix-up on coverage because Peter Calandra, he ran right by everybody. He had everybody beat by 15 yards.
So 2nd down and 10, ball at the 20-yard line.
Okay, shotgun formation, tailback to the right, twins right.
And here comes the run up the middle.
Pitch.
Now over to the far side. Still on his feet is the running back. And did he get enough for a first down?
No, he didn't. Only gained about 2 or 3 yards. It's like 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, sometimes when you're watching it on the far side of the field, it's kind of hard to tell how far the guys run, especially with this netting in front of us.
A dirty netting, yeah. You're right.
Yeah, I tried to push my face up against it to get a better view, and all I did was inhale a bunch of dust.
Okay, shotgun, wingman to his left.
And I think Harrison kept hold of the ball, and Harrison gets swarmed by the Badger defense and just drilled into the ground. Oh, look, guess who was in on that hit? Rhett Pierce.
Yep, Rhett comes through again. There's another blitz. We're blitzing a lot.
I'm going to say it right now, Lou. If Rhett Pierce doesn't make all-region first team, there's something wrong with the voting.
Yeah, he's got several, 8 sacks, and he's up to 90-some tackles on the season.
Yeah. Certainly a very valuable commodity here for the Badgers.
He sure is.
And certainly a guy they're going to miss next year, as Rhett Pierce is a senior. So time out here by Mingus with 56 seconds left to go in the second quarter. 31-0 in favor of the Badgers as they head back out onto the field.
Got Chadrick Lemons out there on defense now. Put in a few other boys.
Punt coming for the Marauders.
Good punt, good punt.
And fair catch signaled by Dylan Boyd. Hey folks, tonight's Badger game is brought to you by House Chilson and Associates Insurance, your local independent agent since 1973. Call 445-4600. So 50 seconds remain in the first half of our game with the score 31-0. And I think this is the furthest away from the end zone that the Badgers have started to drive tonight, Lou.
I believe it is.
And again, they have the ball at the Mingus 46.
Oh,
long throw down the far side and
overthrew him. Wide open, but overthrew him. The free safety was coming across there pretty fast, so.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for Prescott. 45 seconds left to go. Again, stick around for the halftime show. We'll have an interview with some of the Prescott cross-country runners. Also, senior spotlight Cooper Wells. Give you stats, give you other fun facts.
Twins right, twins left, shotgun, wing right, wingman on the right.
Boyd fakes the give to right. Boyd goes right up the middle, and a nice hole opened up by the O-line to give the Badgers a first down.
Somebody down. Got somebody down.
And it is a Badger. Well, Prescott trainer Trent James coming on out to check on the Badger. And let's hope this isn't a serious injury. We already had one serious injury with Sam Jordan. And certainly we wish a speedy recovery to Jordan.
I'm looking out there, and I hope that's not Walker Kane, the center. I didn't see his number come back in this group of boys taking a knee. He's been pretty vital in that middle. That center's your quarterback of the lineman, and he's a pretty serious position to have there.
So Cody Collette, head coach, out looking at the injured Badger player. Again, we are trying to confirm who that player is. Can't get a number on him right now. And while we have some time here as the injured Badger player being tended to, if folks be sure to, actually now, looks like he's getting up and.
Still don't have a number.
Yeah. To number 60.
Vincent Oldfield, his offensive lineman. He's had a great season so far. He's gingerly coming off. Can't tell if it's an ankle or a knee.
So
he's been a mainstay starter all season.
So we wish him the best here, as he'll get tended to on the sidelines. 39 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It's a 31-0 lead for the Badgers. 1st and 10 for them from the 34 of Mingus. Boyd will be in the gun right next to him. Nathan right next to him.
Double twins.
There's the throw downfield. Braden Nelson couldn't make the catch. We have a flag on the play. This might be pass interference on Mingus.
I don't know. It might have been offensive. Looked like our guy had a hand on him, but I couldn't tell. We'll find out.
So the official heading over to make the signal to the home press box. Does look like pass interference against Mingus.
Yep. Had our guy with his hand straight out on that Mingus man, but I couldn't tell.
So they will spot the ball at the 19-yard line in Mingus territory. A good break here for the Badgers as they try to put points on the board just before halftime. Boyd, and he is going to throw, line drive throw, and dropped by Trey Kaler. Looked like that was right in his numbers, Coach.
It was. He should have had that baby, but looked like he turned around, was backing up, and the ball hit him.
2nd and 10 now for Prescott. Brazino heading out to the left side. Boyd from the gun. And Boyd keeps it himself, finds a nice hole, gets some good blocks, and Boyd wrapped up right around the 10-yard line.
I can't see the time.
14 seconds.
14 seconds. Timeout, Prescott.
And that'll be another first down for the Badgers.
Trying to put up some more points before we go in halftime. Ice this game a little bit more.
Hey, folks, be sure to visit the KYCA website, kyca.info. You can access the top news and sports stories from around the Tri-City area. Also, you can listen to past episodes of the Tri-City Sports Roundup by accessing the archives link. Also, get past episodes of all our local talk shows, KYCA PM, KYCA Talks, the Dr. Hancock Show. Also, be sure to like KYCA on Facebook. KYCA, the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM Facebook page. Keep abreast of what's going on with the station and our community. Back to action here.
Okay, we got twins right, twins left, shotgun. We have right to the right of Dylan Boyd. See what we got going here.
Here's the snap. Boyd drops back, makes the throw, and there's the catch by Braden Nelson. Spins off one tackle. Nelson, does he get into the end zone? I'm not seeing a signal. Looks like Mingus stopped him short. And we're going to get another timeout for the Badgers. And it looks like I can't tell where the ball is spotted. Now, I think it might be the 3-yard line.
Should just do a power here. Let's see if we're coming up with it.
Actually, it looks like they're going to go for the field goal instead.
Yep.
So Clay Gross in to try to kick a field goal for the second time today. And that one's going to get spotted at the 10-yard line. Pretty much a chip shot at this distance. Snap. There's the kick. And that one is good. Second field goal of the night for Clay Gross. That makes it a 34-0 game. Prescott on top, just 2 seconds left to go. We're going to keep it here for the final 2 seconds of the first half of our game, the regular season finale for 2019 for the Badgers. By the way, folks, find out what's going on with Prescott Sports on the Badger Sports Report. Weekday mornings at 6:47 right here on KYCA, the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM. Also, you are listening to Badger Football here on the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, KYCA, Prescott, Arizona, USA, where our time is 8 o'clock.
Looks like we got Oldfield. They're working on his ankle. He's got him all taped up. A little pressure wrap. But he's done for the night, there's no doubt. Probably start therapy, see if we have him ready for next week. He gingerly came off that field, though. I'm concerned on that.
Clay Gross getting ready to kick this one away for Prescott. Gross puts foot into it. And that one gets picked up around the 10-yard line. Short run back, run out of bounds, and that will do it for the first half of action. With our score, the Badgers 34, Mingus nothing at the half. So we're going to take a break, folks. When we come back, we will play our interview with the members of the Prescott cross country team, Aiden McCarter and Michelle Parent. And we'll also have our senior spotlight with Prescott receiver Cooper Wells. That's all coming up on the other side of this break. So we'll be back with those interviews right after this. And welcome back to Mingus High School here in Cottonwood. John Rust and Lou Benetone with you. It is halftime, and our score is Prescott 34 and Mingus nothing. There's also another blowout score to report to you from the local gridiron. Unfortunately, the team getting blown out is the local team in halftime. Northwest Christian leading Chino Valley 54-0, and Chino Valley on a 6-game losing streak, and it looks like, unfortunately, they're going to end the season with a 7-game losing streak. And certainly we all feel for everything going on over there at Chino Valley High School with their football program. Certainly cannot be fun going through what they've been through, especially since about 2 or 3 of those games they were right on the cusp of getting wins and just couldn't pull it off.
Yeah, when you're right there and you can't pull it off, that's deflating. But you're there. The boys know they're there, but it makes for a long season when you're that close and can't pull it off.
Well, meanwhile, some good news for Chino Valley, other Chino Valley teams. We mentioned this before, both the Chino Valley boys and girls soccer teams, they won their state semifinal games earlier today. Chino boys 3-0 over Camp Verde. Chino girls 3-1 over Blue Ridge. They will both be playing in the state championship game tomorrow. I should say state championship games tomorrow down at Williams Field High School, and we certainly wish the best of luck to the Cougars and the Lady Cougars, Lou.
Yeah, that's phenomenal when your boys and girls are in the state championship. They have a phenomenal soccer program out there. Unfortunately, soccer is at the same time football is, so we don't know if there's some good football players on that soccer team.
Yeah, and also we got to send out some other congratulations. We had a couple of cross-country runners on our halftime interview, Aiden McCarter and Michelle Parent. Well, big cross-country news for our local area today. How about this? The Embry-Riddle men's and women's cross-country teams, they both won the Cal Pac Championship earlier today. For the men, it is their 6th straight conference title. For the women, it is their 5th title in a row. And also, Ariana Anderson won the individual Cal Pac Championship on the women's side for the 2nd straight year. And, of course, Embry-Riddle cross country coached by Chris Bray, the husband of actually the woman who was our Tri-City Sports Roundup #1 local coach of the year, Celinda Bray, who coaches the Prescott cross-country team.
Yeah, that Embry-Riddle has just a phenomenal cross-country program. Must be the Prescott Air. It's got to be.
And also a Prescott runner, because Carissa Evans, who formerly ran at Prescott, she's on that Embry-Riddle cross-country team, and she's off to the national meet for the 2nd time in her career.
Yeah, that's just absolutely phenomenal.
And again, it's like I said, cross-country, not a sport that gets a lot of attention. But, when we have our local kids doing something this good, definitely got to shout it out.
Hey, when you win 6 straight and the girls win 5 straight, that's just unheard of in a lot of places. So it's just wonderful to have it there in Prescott. And
not only that, but you know what, Lou, we're not very far away from one of the top collegiate cross-country programs in the nation, and that's up at NAU, and I think they've been ranked #1 for quite a while.
Yeah, they have. Trained at that elevation up there. I had a friend that used to run, do the cross-country up there. He'd run 20-some miles, sometimes in a day.
Yeah,
just for practice.
I'm a walker, not a runner. And I don't think I walk 20 miles in a day, I can tell you that. Well, we are ready to get going with the second half of action here between Prescott and Mingus. John Rust with you. It is a 34-0 Prescott lead. Mingus with the kick, line drive kick. And here comes the up man for Prescott, Colby Macbeth, who was our pregame interview. Macbeth still on his feet. Macbeth breaks free. Macbeth at the 30. Macbeth at the 20. Macbeth avoids the tackle. Macbeth returns the kick for the touchdown. Colby Macbeth.
Colby broke several tackles there. They had him, but Colby ran it all the way. Nice job by Colby.
Colby Macbeth starting off the third quarter, starting off the second half with a kick return for a touchdown from about the 25-yard line in Mingus territory. So that's 75 yards. Wow, that's quick math for me.
Yeah, that's great blocking too. But boy, I tell you what, he turned it on, got hit a couple times. I thought he was going to get tackled at the end, but he kept his balance and went right on in.
Now Clay Gross to kick the extra point. It is up. It is good. So, well, talk about your quick start to the third quarter. Colby Macbeth going 75 yards to return the kick for the touchdown. 41-0. Badgers on top to begin the second half of this game. And we'll be back with more from Mingus High School right after this. And we are back here at Mingus High School. John Russ, Lou Benetton after Colby Macbeth begins the second half, returning a kick 75 yards for a score. It's 41-0 as Clay Gross kicks that into the end zone.
Yeah, you know, you come out of your locker room with a defensive, they knew they were kicking to us. I'm sure they made some defensive adjustments. Come in and you just deflate your bubble when you have a return all the way on a kickoff. That elevates the energy of the visiting team and it deflates you.
Well, now we are officially in blowout mode. 41-0 the score. Badgers on top. And Mingus with trips out to the left side. Mingus moving right to left across your radio dial and your screen. And it looks like Harrison fakes the give, runs it himself, and taken down just before he gets to the 25-yard line.
Looks like he picked up about 3 yards.
Mingus on the ground tonight, a grand total of 17 yards.
Wow. Okay. Shotgun.
Harrison with the throw and tipped, almost intercepted. I think
Yeah.
Aaron Green Aaron Green got a hand on that to deflect the pass.
Took a little quick slant pass, but Green was right there to get his hand up and deflect it. Kid was open. Good defensive play by Green with that big old hand.
Going to bring up 3rd and 7 now for the Marauders. And for Aaron Green, that is his 4th deflected pass of the season. Harrison running, throwing, and overthrowing his intended receiver.
Had a man open, but overthrew him. That's 4th down. They'll be punting.
So once again, 3 and out for the Marauders with 11:04 to go in the third quarter. 41-0, and Coach, I don't think it's going to be very long before our running clock starts.
No, it may start sooner than we think. We're getting the ball back here. I can't see who's returning. Is that Waples?
Not sure. So here's the punt. And that's going to bounce up to the Badger 40-yard line. Looks like that was Brazina who was back to receive the punt. However, that ball fell about 10, 15 yards away from where Brazino was standing.
Yeah, sure did. Brazino's another young, good athlete. He's got a lot to offer for next year, too. Got some good speed.
And Brazino's been seeing some pretty decent time this season, his junior year. Badger offense back out on the field. Nathan Wright standing behind Boyd in the gun. And fakes the give. Boyd rolling. There's the throw. And trying to make the catch was Aaron Green on the run. Couldn't pick it up. Incomplete.
Little flood pass out to the right side. And a short and a long.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 for Prescott from the Mingus 41-yard line with 10:48 to go in the third quarter from Cottonwood.
Okay, here we go again. Shotgun, tailback looks like it's right. We got Twins left, or Twins right, excuse me.
Yeah, flag on the play.
Must be motion.
I will say this, Coach, not very many flags thrown
Not
in this
many
game tonight.
It's the first procedure call. I don't think we've had an offside call. We've had one personal foul call. We've had one hold call. That's about it.
And it's definitely a far cry from what we saw at Coconino a few weeks back.
Gee, I saw yellow for a long time.
So much yellow on the field, I started to think if Big Bird exploded.
Okay, shotgun again.
Boyd stepping back. There's the throw downfield and overthrows his receiver.
Receiver stopped for some reason. I didn't even see the ball at first. I don't think he even knew it was coming.
Well, don't worry, Coach, because I didn't see the ball either, but with this dusty netting in front of us, does make it hard to follow the ball or kind of anything else around here.
Nope.
3rd and 10 now for Prescott.
3rd and
15, excuse me. Badgers did get nailed for a procedural foul.
Okay, here we go. Shotgun, double twins. Twins left, twins right. Right is to the right of Dylan Boyd.
Boyd going to drop
Steps
back.
up, pass again.
There's the throw, and trying to make the one-handed catch is Trey Kaler, but couldn't do it, and that will bring up 4th down for Prescott.
Looks like we're working on our passing game. Most of these are little flood passes to the right side.
Hey, folks, tonight's Badger game is sponsored by Prescott True Value, locally owned and operated since 1982. Behind every project is a True Value. Start right, start here. Prescott True Value, 846 Miller Valley Road. Also, tonight's game is sponsored in part by the Badgers' biggest fans, Prescott Unified School District, every child, every day. And I'm sure Superintendent Joe Howard listening to or watching this broadcast. And there's the punt.
Nice punt.
And it's going to bounce right up to about the 19-yard line.
Took a little bounce, Mingus' favor, back toward Prescott.
I'm also going to say that probably Prescott basketball coach and Arizona Seamless Gutters guy Travis Stedman is probably listening to us or watching us right now. He did send me a text last week saying, "Yo, I'm watching you on the live stream, man. Give me a shout out."
Yeah.
That's it. Hey, Prescott boys basketball is going to get started in a few weeks.
That's right.
Man,
he works hard for that too. He enjoys what he does.
Winter sports already starting. Geez, I can't even think about that right now. We're still in playoff mode for fall sports.
Yep.
Zachary Harrison, excuse me. Harrison going to take it himself. Harrison got a lot of room and finally run down by the Badgers, but it looks like Harrison able to pick up a 1st down for the Marauders.
Yeah, picked up about 12 yards. Did a nice job. Somebody needs. What do we got?
So the Marauders at the 33-yard line.
Okay, Gabe Lara is now in the ball game, defensive tackle.
10 minutes remain in the 3rd quarter. Harrison from the gun. Actually, he's got one back to the right of him, or left, excuse me.
Trips left, yep.
Fakes the throw. Here comes the run. And up to the far side and finally knocked out of bounds just before the 40-yard line. I think that was Arnado who was running the ball for the Marauders, and he picks up about 6 yards.
Yep, right at about 6. 2nd and 4.
Clock stop, 9:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Looks like 3 receivers out to the right side for the Marauders. Harrison directing traffic. Low snap. And I think they give it to Arnado again, and he gets jumped by a couple Badgers.
Looks like he lost 6.
So I guess so much for that 6-yard gain he made earlier.
Yeah, 3rd and 10 now again, backing him up.
Good play there by the Badger defense.
Where's Ethan Pena tonight? I have not seen him or his number.
Neither have I.
And I have no idea if He's hurt, sick. I have not heard. I'm used to seeing him back returning.
Yeah. Trips to the left.
Running a little bit.
Harrison throwing downfield and caught by number 11 for Mingus. Calandra going to take it to the house for the touchdown.
And the cannon roars.
A 67-yard touchdown hookup. Harrison to Calandra.
Calandra's a good-looking receiver. I mean, he was streaking out there, and he's got great strides, nice hand, nice throw. And that sparked him. I mean, they need that little bit of spark.
And for Calandra, that's his 4th touchdown of the season for Mingus. And just before Falcha can make the extra point, we get a whistle on the play, and I think Mingus has taken a timeout.
Try for 2.
And that's the only thing I can think of. By the way, folks, tonight's game is sponsored in part by your Prescott High School alumni, Steve Blair, owner of Arizona Original Blind Brothers Window Coverings. And I imagine Steve is also listening or watching our broadcast tonight. So Calandra, again, getting a 67-yard touchdown pass from Zachary Harrison. 10th TD of the year for the sophomore quarterback. And I know it's 41-6 right now, Lou, but, we still have plenty of football here. And, I think if you're Prescott, you're like, hey, we don't want to let, Mingus start to feel too good about themselves here.
No, you want to keep the lid on things. I know you want to play your players, which is a good thing to do, but keep a lid on the game.
And, again, Mingus has been, the proverbial thorn in the side of Prescott the last few years. I don't know if you want to take any chances here.
Well, if you take a timeout to kick, well, it looks like they're going for 2. Shotgun, Twins left.
Harrison throws to the far side, and
overthrew
no
him.
dice.
Overthrew him. Wide open, but overthrew him.
So Mingus, for the first time tonight, on the board. A 75-yard touchdown throw. Harrison to Calandra, and that makes it 41-6 Prescott with 8:38 to go in the third quarter. We'll be back with more from Mingus High School right after this.
How much time's left?
8:38.
Okay.
Welcome back to Mingus Union High School in Cottonwood. John Rust, Lou Benetone with you. Thank you for joining us here on our broadcast on 1490 AM, 103.5 FM on the radio side, and the live stream on kyca.info. First year of live streaming Prescott football. Little bouncer of a kick there, fielded by Prescott. They take it up to the far side and stopped at about the 46-yard line. And recovered by Mingus. Mingus got the fumble, and they're going to take it to the end zone for the score.
Goodness, I didn't even see that ball come out through the dust here.
Well, that was on the far side of the field. Didn't even know that Prescott fumbled it, and all of a sudden, Mingus with 2 touchdowns. And, well, just like they say in Monty Python and the Holy Grail, I'm not dead yet, sir. In fact, I think I'm getting better.
Yep, and that was quite the surprise.
So Mingus gets the fumble recovery on the Prescott kick return. They take it to the house. And we apologize, folks. We could not tell who the guy was who got the ball for Mingus.
Or who fumbled. I could not get numbers.
And there's the extra point attempt, and it is good. So just like that, it is all of a sudden a 41-13 lead for Prescott as Mingus starting to get back into this game. We'll take a break here, a 30-second break, and we'll come back with more from Mingus High School right after this. And we're back here at Mingus High School. John Rustlew Benetone. There's the kick by the Marauders. Here comes the return by Prescott. And it's Colby Macbeth. Macbeth gets taken down at the 45-yard line. And the Badgers hold on to the ball this time. And Coach, you talk about kind of a change of fortune here. The Badgers begin the third quarter with a 75-yard kick return for a touchdown by Colby Macbeth. So it looked like everything was going fine for the Badgers. But since that time, it has just been all Mingus here. They've rattled off 2 quick touchdowns. And now it's 41-13 Badgers, 8:12 to go in the third quarter.
All right, let's see what we got in us here. Looks like we got trips left.
And there's the run by Nathan Wright. Makes the sweep to the far side. Wright still on his feet, and Wright looks like he's able to get a first down before he's taken down.
Matter of fact, that's our first fumble. What do we have? 1 interception, police, and then 1 fumble in this game. That's about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
On turnovers.
And now Wright going to come out of the game for a spell. Clock still running. As it looked like Wright was able to stay in bounds, so 7:48 to go in the third quarter.
Trips right, shotgun.
There's the give, and it looks like it's Waples. Waples finds a huge gap, and Waples finally wrestled to the ground past the 30-yard line, but that's good enough for a Badger first down. I'll tell you what, Coach, it looks like Prescott, after those 2 touchdowns from Mingus, they're starting to wake up and saying, oh, ain't no way that they're going to beat us here. No way.
No, they put that trips right, and they went right to it. They did trips left last time. They went right to it. Let's see what they're doing again.
Well, they're going to try to take away Mingus's momentum right here, 1st and 10 from the 27.
They have a trips left. Dylan Boyd alone in the backfield. Twins right.
Right moving.
Across.
And here's Boyd taking advantage of some blockers. Boyd slips through the gap. Boyd on his feet. Boyd to the 5. Boyd into the end zone for the touchdown. And boy, I'll tell you what, Coach, that's the way you grab momentum back from the opposition.
Yep, Boyd came across. He did his little read. Have motion back come across. He follows the back as the lead block, and then he made a great cut back against the grain and the wide open hole for him.
So now Clay Gross going to come in to kick the extra point. And a great job by the Badgers answering those 2 quick touchdowns from Mingus, with Dylan Boyd taking it to the promised land from 27 yards out. Extra point by Clay Gross. That is good. 7:02 to go in the fourth quarter. It is 48-13. Badgers over the Marauders. We're going to take a 30-second break, and we will be back with more from Mingus High School right after this. Dylan Boyd with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the night for Prescott. And that extends their lead to 48-13 here in the third quarter, as the Badgers kick this one away. And that one will be caught outside the end zone. Mingus with the return. Mingus up to the far side of the field, and the Badgers stop the return man at about the 25-yard line. Coach, I think very important for the Prescott defense here to make a good stand against Mingus, keep them out of the end zone, especially after those 2 quick touchdowns that Mingus got here in the third quarter.
Yeah, you got to stop any retaliation momentum going on right now. We picked it back up. Now we got to keep them down. Dylan Boyd now has, 16 touchdowns on the season? Had 13 coming in this game. Picked up 3 more. He's very quick, good athlete, very good athlete.
Now 13 passing touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns for him. Great season for Dylan Boyd. I think another candidate for all-region first team. Give to the running back, and being hurled to the ground. And I think that was Rhett Pierce who was able to get through the offensive line and take down the running back. Actually, correction, that was, I think that number on that one was 32 for Prescott.
Yeah. And we have blitz going on big time
Or
again.
or that might have been Nathan, or that might have been Rhett Pierce.
I think it was
yeah.
Rhett. Yeah, Rhett came out of that group. He was quick. He got in there good. Again, Mingus is not picking up the dogs at all, the blitzers. There we are blitzing again.
And there's the throw, and that one is way off target by Harrison. A lot of pressure brought on him.
A lot of pressure. He just was lucky he got it off.
This is going to bring up 3rd and 13 now for the Marauders. Colin Aldrich into the game for Prescott. And yeah, this is what the Prescott defense needed. Just come out and just basically hit Mingus right in the mouth.
Yep. Here we go. Shotgun. His wingman is to the left.
Low snap. Harrison looking, gets the throw off, and again incomplete. And again, Lou, good pressure brought on Harrison by the Badgers. And Harrison a little slow to get up.
Yeah, he got hit. Perfect timing on the hit. There wasn't anything bad about it. Now it's Red Pierce putting some hits on him.
So 4th down now for the Marauders. They will punt the ball away. 6:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 48-13. Badgers on top.
Looks like we might be going for the block.
Here's the punt. And we're going to get the return here for Prescott. Dylan Boyd with it. And Boyd still on his feet and finally hurled out of bounds. Actually, that was Brazino who had the return. And Brazino, a good return, getting knocked out of bounds around the 35-yard line.
Yeah, Brazino did a nice job. Put in the afterburners on, got some good speed going.
And Aaron Green coming off the field a wee bit gingerly. Maybe a cramp. So the Badgers will start this drive from their own 35-yard line. 5:53 to go in the 3rd quarter. And I think Aaron Green might have had a little cramp there. He's sitting on the bench right now.
Or you get stepped on. Your feet get stepped on out there. You never know.
Not only that, but this is not a very good turf here at Mingus.
No,
it is pretty hard. It's an old turf and kind of hard, kind of like that old AstroTurf concrete. Nathan Wright spinning off a couple of tackles, and Nathan Wright finally stopped past the 25-yard line. Actually, they're going to give Wright the first down on that. And, oh, by the way, Wyatt Snyder in at quarterback now for the Badgers. Nathan Wright almost at the century mark in rushing yards for Prescott. Badgers at the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Nelson out to the left side.
Okay, we get shotgun, right to the left.
There's the pitch to Cooper Wells. Cooper Wells making the turn. Wells at the 10, Wells at the 5. Wells bursts into the end zone for the touchdown. Cooper Wells, our senior spotlight, with a 24-yard TD run.
It's a nice little pass. Nice flip. Inside handoff and quick sweep around the left side. Wide open, got on the outside and cut up.
And now the Badgers over the half-century mark in scoring. 54-13 Badgers. Extra point by Clay Gross. It is good. Make it 55-13 Badgers with 5:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. We'll take a 30-second break, and we'll be back with more action from Mingus High School right after this. Back here at Mingus Union High School, John Russ, Lou Benetone, and I got to tell you what, Lou, after those 2 quick touchdowns from Mingus, Prescott has really answered the call after that to put their stamp on this game.
Yeah, they came back, put 2 up, and they're still moving and playing hard. They're looking good.
Clay Gross kicking it away. And that one gets picked up by Mingus. Here comes the return. And the Badgers, well, still on his feet and finally brought down at the, looks like the 26-yard line. I believe that was Angelo Alvarez, the return man on that for the Marauders.
Yeah, he's a sophomore. Did a good job. He got some speed.
I believe I heard Clay Gross had a hand in that tackle to stop him.
Yep, I think Clay was up inside there. Follow the runner. Make sure he doesn't break out.
Who says kickers aren't tough?
Okay, shotgun. Trips left for Mingus. Whoa.
Low snap. Bobble on the play. Does Prescott fall on it? I think they're going to say Harrison recovered.
Harrison got it. Not a good way to start your first down. 5 in the hole.
Four minutes remain in the third quarter as Jake Police coming out of the game. Police with an interception tonight for Prescott.
Starting to rotate a few players in.
Sam Tusher into the game. Harrison with a quick throw, making the catch, number 2, Sanchez. Sanchez on the move, and Sanchez picking up a first down for Mingus before he is stopped cold. And that is number 11, Luke McCausland, who made the tackle. I think also the Tush, Sam Tusher,
Sam was in
had a hand there. So Mingus now at the 38-yard line in their territory with 3:10 remaining in the third quarter. 55-13 Badgers. Throw by Harrison. There's the catch, and then dropped by number 14,
right
Trevor
in his
Hoke.
hands again. That's quick slant.
I think that's the second time tonight Trevor Hoke has had the ball right in his hands and just could not secure it.
Harrison has a nice quick release and was right there. That should have been 6 or 7 yards for Mingus, but those drops tonight, they come back and haunt you.
2nd and 10 for the Marauders. Again, ball at their own 38. Harrison rolling, now making the throw, and almost intercepted by Prescott. Ball overthrown, that Badger on the far side. I think that, I can't pick up the number on who that was.
I think Berzino was in on that, free safety.
So it'll bring up, oh, wait a minute. There was actually a flag on the play.
Is that holding?
I have no idea. It looks like it's going to be against Mingus.
10, must have been a hold.
And fortunately, our attention was on the far side of the field.
2nd down over again. About 25 now. Is that about right? Almost. 2nd 23.
Yeah, they are at the 25-yard line now. 2nd and 23 according to the scoreboard. As we're coming down to the final 2 minutes of the third quarter.
Okay, got trips right, shotgun. His wing back is to the right of Harrison. A lot of blitz, fast blitz.
Quick throw and kind of a little eephus pitch is what they'd call it in baseball, and that went over the head of the receiver. And this will bring up 3rd and long for the Marauders.
We're putting a lot of squeeze on him. We're still blitzing. He's on his heels throwing.
That was an incomplete pass, but the clock is still running, so Lou, looks like we are into running clock now.
Yep.
It is 55-13 Badgers, coming down to 1:20 in the third quarter. 3rd and 23 for Mingus, ball at the 25-yard line. Harrison being pursued. There's the throw, and I don't think it was a catch. I think the receiver might have caught it out of bounds, and Harrison took a hard hit just as he released that ball, and he's still down. And now it looks like they are going to stop the clock, and trainers will be out there to check on Zachary Harrison.
Well, he had two guys pursuing him really hard.
Harrison has taken a bit of a beating tonight. Training staff still looking him over. And things are getting a wee bit chilly up here in Cottonwood. According to our weather here, it is currently 54 degrees out. Not much wind, and we are under clear skies.
Thank goodness. We have no protection up here.
I'll tell you what, actually I was over at the Embry-Riddle soccer games last night, and let me tell you, it was a lot colder there.
No doubt. Well, that's too bad about Harrison. I mean, he's a good little athlete, good hustler. Hate to see anybody on any team get hurt.
And Harrison, just a sophomore, so Mingus will have him for a couple more years, and it looks like he is coming off the field now. Again, Harrison has gotten beat up a fair bit tonight. So we'll come back to action here with 56 seconds remaining. By the way, folks, tune into the Tri-City Sports Roundup tomorrow morning at 8:06 right here on the News 1490 AM, 103.5 FM. Listen to us online, kyca.info. I will have 3 members of the Embry-Riddle men's soccer team on the show with me, Jacob Baker, Simon Jensen, and Jared Peterson. They'll be talking about their great season as they get set for another run through the CalPAC Conference Tournament.
Okay, Mingus will be punting. I think it's at Bergino's back there.
Low snap. There's the punt. Almost blocked. And that one is going to bounce. And picked up by Aldrich. And Aldrich takes it to the 40-yard line. Knocked out of bounds. Good heads-up play there by Colin Aldrich. I think Mingus thought, Prescott's just going to down it there, and instead Aldrich picks it up and runs with it.
Yeah, Mingus kid was standing there watching. He picked up about 5 or 6 yards.
By the way, congratulations, Embry-Riddle volleyball team. A 3-0 sweep of Antelope Valley tonight. And I think their CalPAC match winning streak stands at about 44-45 right now. Coming down to the final seconds here of the third quarter.
Shotgun, power eye.
And there's the handoff. It's Waples. Waples runs into a wall of red. And he is stopped cold. And we'll see if the Badgers try to get off one more play here in the third quarter, or if they're just going to let the clock run out. Just 7 seconds to go. And I think that's going to do it for the third quarter of action. Clock hits 0. And the third quarter is over. The Badgers in the lead, in control, 55-13 our score. We'll take a 60-second break. We'll be back with quarter number 4 right after this. Welcome back to Mingus High School. John Russ, Lou Benetone with you. As we are just underway with the fourth quarter. Prescott on offense. It is 3rd and 4 for the Badgers. They have the ball at the Mingus 34.
Shotgun power eye right.
Snyder drops back, makes the throw. There's a leaping catch made by one of the Badgers on the far side, and he's brought down at about the 25-yard line. I think that should be good enough for a first down, and it is.
And running the clock.
So a first down for Prescott. And they are now at the 26-yard line in Mingus territory. Desmond Bennett into the game for the Badgers. Also Matthew Kajchuk into the game for Prescott. It's Coach Collette getting some of his second and third stringers in there.
Yes.
There's a give. I think that's Cody Leopold. Leopold gets tripped up around the ankle, still on his feet, and finally hauled down by about 3 Marauders. Cody Leopold, good run for him.
He sure hit that hole hard and ran very well through there.
About an 8-yard gain for the freshman running back, Leopold. And I'll tell you, he's been making some good statements here for the Badgers these past couple of games.
Yeah, he's going to be a good ball player as a freshman.
Snyder from the gun. He gives it to Leopold. Leopold making the turn, and Leopold hung up by the Mingus defense.
Uh-oh.
Fumble on the play. Mingus says they recovered, but I think the ball was down by contact. And it will be a first down for the Badgers. And it looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line. Clock keeps winding down. 9:15 to go in the fourth quarter of a 55-13 game. Prescott on top. Run by Badgers. Leopold smashes through the hole. Leopold still on his feet. And I think he got enough for a first down.
Looks like second down and second about 1.
Yeah, it looks like it is going to be second and 1.
Don't know why the chain guy dropped his. No one was coming this way.
So ball now at the 5-yard line for the Badgers.
Shotgun power eye right. Hand off again.
And it's Leopold, I think. Leopold shrugs off a couple tackles. Still on his feet and finally pulled down by Mingus.
Boy, he bounced off, kept fighting. Good fighter for freshman. He keeps his feet moving. Determined not to go down.
So this will bring up 3rd down. And actually it looks like Leopold lost some yardage there. Ball now at the 7-yard line.
Okay, here we go. Power eye left.
Kajchuk going out to the far side.
Little mix up
Also
there.
Foray to the game or Begay into the game for the Badgers. Snyder looking, and Snyder sacked by Mingus.
Ball loose. Ball's loose. Looks like we got it. Hard to say. Nope, Mingus recovered.
And I believe that's number 14, Trevor Hoke, who got the fumble recovery for the Marauders.
Yeah, White got hit pretty good there.
But that did take off a ton of time on the clock. We're down to 7:20 to go in the fourth quarter. 55-13. Badgers on top. Mingus back on offense. As Trevor Hoke comes up with the fumble recovery for the Marauders. Quarterback under center. Actually, it's Harrison. He's back in the game. Good to see him back. And
he lost about 3 yards.
And Harrison stopped by the Badger defense.
Looks like Waples is at cornerback now. Looks like there's some new numbers out there. I can't see them all.
Gabe Lara, one of the guys out there.
Yeah, Gabe Lara's back in now.
And here comes a run for the Marauders, and stopped cold by Colby Macbeth. Smothering tackle on the running back. I think that was Jonathan Sanchez who was the ball carrier.
Yeah, Colby's in there on defense now more.
Quite the night for Colby Macbeth, along with that great tackle. Also returned a kick for a touchdown. And he was also our pregame interview tonight.
Colby's a good kid. He works hard.
So it'll be 3rd and 12 for the Marauders. There's the throw, and trying to get that ball was number 23, Angelo Alvarez, but it looked like Aldridge had good coverage on him. I think Mingus, a couple of Mingus players were hoping to get a
flag on that.
Yeah.
Pass interference call.
Clock keep ticking down. This is running clock. 5:19 to go in the 4th quarter of the season finale. And it looks like the Marauders are going to punt here. And a very short punt. That lands at about the 35-yard line, rolls to the 40-yard line and up to the 47-yard line.
Got a good roll out of that in favor of Mingus there. I tell you what, they were covering that ball. They weren't expecting somebody else to pick it up this time. Now looking at the chart, this is about the 4th team that scored over 50 points against Mingus this season.
So 4:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. And it looks like Prescott is going to end the regular season with a 7-3 record. Mingus, they will fall to 0-10. Turning into a season I think Mingus would like to forget, Coach.
And they probably will chalk it off. Here we go. Shotgun, tailback. Trips right for Prescott.
Snyder gives it to Leopold. Leopold trying to snake his way through the middle and then gets thrown back by Mingus.
It's like no gain on that thing. Yep, gain about 1 yard.
By the way, folks, you are listening to Badger Football here on the news, 1490 AM, KYCA, Prescott, Arizona, USA. Translator K278CN. It's 9:01 in real time and 4 minutes left to go in game time. Receivers to either side for Prescott.
Power eye right.
Snyder.
There he goes for the...
Leopold up the middle again, and Mingus doing a good job of locking in on Leopold. Trevor Hoke, he was one of the guys in on the tackle there for Mingus. Now number 87 coming in for Prescott, and I don't think we have his name on our roster, Coach.
We don't have that number. There's a couple numbers out there we do not have on our... Probably some JV boys that were given numbers that we don't have on this original roster.
And, of course, the JV game that was supposed to happen this week between Mingus and Prescott, that was actually canceled due to a lack of numbers on the Mingus JV side.
Yep, here's that power eye again, left, and we're going left.
Leopold with the run. And does not get a first down. That's going to bring up 4th down. And it looks like the Badgers will punt the ball away with 2:50 left to go in regulation. So you got to figure this win should secure a playoff spot for the Badgers. But again, the way this PowerPoint system works, I'm just not ready to make any kind of bona fide, prediction on that.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Taken by Mingus. Here comes the return. And a pursuit by the return man, and they finally bring him down. Yeah, it's just hard to say with any kind of certainty what can happen when it comes to power points, because there have been some years where Prescott ends up 7-3. Looks like, hey, they're in a good position to go to the playoffs, and then all of a sudden, oh no, these power points and these region champions, no, you got to stay home.
You got bounced. That's the weird thing about it. So they put that in. Region champs, no matter where you are in power points, automatically gets 16th seed.
So Mingus, 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line. 2 minutes to go in the game. Trips to the right side. Short pass and bobbled.
It's a live ball. They call it a lateral.
And I think they're going to say Prescott recovered.
Yeah, they call it a lateral. It was behind. There was a back pass backwards. He didn't let his receiver head upfield, so Prescott takes over on about the, 5-yard line?
And 1:33 left to go here in the game. You got to wonder if Coach Colette is going to tell his guys to take a knee at this stage.
Yeah, it'd be smart to do. Just take the knee, get the thing over. Don't get anybody else injured. Don't get any collisions going on. Just take a knee.
And also congratulations going out to the Yavapai College volleyball team. They defeated Phoenix College 3-1 tonight. And I think that should secure a home playoff game for them against Arizona Western on Tuesday. And once we confirm that, we can tell you that we will live stream that game on kyca.info in the Prescott Media Center. Badger offense back out on the field. Clock off and running. 1 minute left to go. And, yeah, it looks like this is going to be victory formation here for the Badgers.
Yep, just taking a knee.
Snyder the knee. And this is going to do it for our ball game. Well, it will eventually as we come down to 44 minutes left to go. But a great way to end this as Prescott breaks its losing streak against Mingus in dominating fashion. 55-13 the score right now. Badgers will improve to 7-3 on the season. Mingus, oh boy, certainly one of the most disappointing seasons in this program's history as they end 2019 0-10.
Yep, that's great. All right, now we'll find out tomorrow morning where we stand.
Yeah, the AIA will have its selection show tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I don't think we will find out Prescott's ranking or Prescott's position in the brackets before Tri-City Sports Roundup ends. But anyway, folks, hopefully Prescott will have enough power points to get a playoff game. Again, final score from Mingus High School, Prescott 55, Mingus 13. We're going to take our final break here on our game broadcast, a 60-second break. And we come back, we'll wrap things up from Cottonwood. So we'll be back in 60 seconds after this. And we're back here at Mingus High School. John Rust, Lou Benetone. The final score tonight, Prescott 55, Mingus 13. The Badgers 7-3 to end the regular season. Mingus, well, They're 0 for 2019. Great performances tonight by a lot of Badgers. Dylan Boyd, 3 touchdown runs. Also, you had Cooper Wells with a touchdown run. Silas Espitio with a touchdown run. Nathan Wright with a touchdown run. And Colby Macbeth going 75 yards on a kick return for a score. Clay Gross, 2 field goals. Also, Rhett Pierce with a sack. Jacob Police with an interception. Espitia and Nate Goligoski teaming up for a sack. So again, Coach, a lot of guys putting in good performances here tonight, giving the Badgers a great win and hopefully securing a playoff spot.
They did. A lot of good performances by our boys. Good, solid performance. Hopefully they're peaking at the right time. You don't always want a team where you're going to scream before you go into playoffs, but Mingus stayed in there, fought hard, but our boys stayed with it and punched it in when we needed to.
And I'll tell you what, very important. I heard Coach Collette say to get off to a fast start. The Badgers certainly did that. And even when Mingus started to come back a little bit there, the Badgers just kind of regrouped and then went right back at it, got a few touchdowns, and then just put this game out of reach.
Yeah, they did. They just came right back and marched right down, punched it in a couple more times. It was good.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for our game broadcast here tonight. Thank you very much for joining us here on KYCA, 1490 AM, 103.5 FM, and on the live stream on kyca.info. And Coach Lou Benetton, I want to thank you very much for helping me out here with the color commentary with this broadcast. Always a pleasure to have you on.
It's a pleasure to work with you, John. Thank you for asking me.
All right. Well, again, that's going to do it, folks. 55-13, the final score again. Hopefully, Prescott's in good position to get a playoff spot. We'll just see how things shake out in the AIA bracket show tomorrow. And if Badgers do make the playoffs, well, we'll bring you that game next Friday right here on KYCA. Till then, for Scott Harker back in the KYCA studios, for Jason Zinzaletta and his family, for Coach Lou Benetton, I'm John Rust saying good night, everybody.
Good night.